Hey everyone, great day. My name is Jerisha Hawk. I'm an income strategist and recent corporate dropout. I help women who work a 9-to-5 build their own business on the side and take their side hustle and build that into a six-figure empire. I am so excited to come with you guys and just give a quick chat today because as a lot of you know, I'm hosting a Goal Getter Elite Mastermind program right now, and we just got started. We kicked off this past weekend with a mastermind retreat in Fort Lauderdale where all of the women developed their six-figure business strategies, and we just had our very first guest expert grace our Zoom meeting board. We had Ruta come in today and really help us develop a mindset that is required for us to build 6- and 7-figure businesses. And so many people are after the money in business. They want to make more money. They want to earn more money. They want to live a life of freedom. They want to live a life of flexibility. And all of that is great. But if you do not do the mindset work that is required in order for you to make the millions, you will never get there. And it's something that I think people think of mindset work as like this fluffy shit that nobody knows how to really put a container around. But Ruta does such a phenomenal job, and she just served the Goal Getter Elite ladies in a way that I was in tears. She really just helped us unpack our shit and helped us identify not only what our limiting beliefs were, but really helped walk us through how to deal with them, and then ask some very key questions, and is providing us with some very tangible tools on how to deal with that on a daily basis. Because when building a business, it literally pokes and prods at every insecurity, vulnerability, limiting belief that you have, and it really in order for you to grow and to develop and to become the person that you need to become, and so you can serve and support the people you've been called to serve and support, it takes a level of mental, not only self-awareness, but mental strength to be able to push through and go beyond that. And this is why I was so keen and so grateful that Ruta was able to bless our community space and to be a guest expert for our mastermind ladies, because she's an expert at that. She's damn good. She has over 20 years of professional academic background experience in psychology, but at the same time, she has been able to package that and serve ambitious female entrepreneurs and helping us unpack our shit so we can go out and serve in our purpose and provide more of an impact to who it is that we've been called to serve. And I just have to give Kelly a shout out. If you guys do not follow her, that is your growth assignment for today. Go follow her. Go join her Facebook group. Man or woman, you need to be in her space, because Kelly just, I don't even have words. I'm still super emotional. We literally just got off the call, and I had to wipe up my running mascara and my leaking now concealer because I was in tears. But Kelly just does such a great job at helping you, one, just creating a safe space for you to identify the things that are holding you back. And the things that are really going to, in regards to having imposter syndrome, not feeling like you're worthy enough, not feeling like you're good enough, not feeling like you have arrived yet, so you cannot charge X amount of dollars. And she helps you really identify, all of us deal with it, regardless of what stage you're at in business, what stage you're at in life, regardless if you're just trying to climb the corporate ladder or be a better mom in your household or build that business. We all deal with these fears and doubts and worries and insecurities, but very rarely are we equipped with the tools on how to manage and deal with those things and actually work through those things. And that's what Ruta does. She provides the tools and the tangibles and asks the right questions and creates a safe space and digs deeper beyond the surface, which is one thing I love about her. And she said that, is that she doesn't do surface work because it really doesn't serve you. And so many of us are used to these coaches and these people in this online space who barely scratch the surface. But she's like, no, we're unpacking your shit. But I'm going to be here to support you along it. But I'm going to call you out, and I'm going to get straight to the root cause of what's going on. and we're going to deal with it and tackle it head on. But then she doesn't just tackle it head on and then like leave you. She gives you the tools that you need so you can manage it yourself, and do that on a daily basis, because this shit's it's going to continue to pop up. Every time we grow and every new level that we arrive at, there's new things that we have to become. And in the process, becoming is a process. Right? Like letting go who you were and becoming who you've been called to be at those different stages, it's a process. And making sure that we are working with individuals who are skilled and who have the expertise to support us during that transition is imperative. And many of us shy away from it. Many of us shy away from just even doing the mindset work and creating the space and giving ourselves a container to be vulnerable and to be transparent with ourselves and to identify all of the shit that we deal with. Like a big one for me is my fear of abandonment. You know, growing up without my parents, my mom leaving me when I was 2, me moving out of my dad's at an early age, like I suffer from or deal with abandonment issues. And that trickles into how I operate and build my business. It trickles and operates into my dating life, into my friendship relationships, because at a very early age, you know, I signed this contract with myself saying that I would never put myself into a situation where I could allow somebody to abandon me, nor will I put myself in a situation where I will abandon somebody else. And that belief and that contract does not serve the woman I am today, nor does it serve the woman that I'm looking to become. And I have to unsign that contract and break that contract and do the mental work that's required for me to, you know, one, acknowledge that, yeah, it happened, acknowledge that, yes, it was there, but not only acknowledge it, but forgive not only the people who did the abandoning, but forgive myself for me holding on to that for so long. And Kelly just does such a great job in helping you transition through that stage of becoming. And for all of us who, you know, we are all called to be leaders, and being a leader is not easy. It's something that is hard, and it's frustrating, and it's uncomfortable. And every time you take a step forward, there are people there who judge and question, well, why should you be going and quitting your job and living your dream life and moving into your dream apartment or driving whatever car it is that you want to be driving? Like, who are you to do that? And really, when people are judging you, or like the quote unquote haters, that's them projecting, you know, their fears, their worries, their doubt, their lack of, you know, mindset abundance onto you. And it's our responsibility to make sure that, like, one, we reject it. Like, yeah, I hear you, but I don't want that. Like, take that back. It's our job to make sure that we are very selective and very careful about who we allow to rent space in our mind. Because everybody does not pay the bill on time, and we need to make sure that we are not allowing other people's limiting beliefs and lack of, we can't allow that to project on us. But when you do operate in your gift, and when you step forward as a leader and you shine that light on other people to do introspective work on themselves, it makes other people feel uncomfortable sometimes. And we have to understand and just know that that's part of the game. Like, that's just something that's going to happen, and be okay with that. But also make sure that we are not allowing those other people to project their negative stuff on us. And just, I'm just saying all this to say, like, Kelly allowed every one of my Goal Getter Elite ladies to have a very, you know, intimate and personalized experience today, and helped all of us unpack our stuff, and gave us really a space to identify, well, what is the limiting belief that's holding us back? Because at this mastermind retreat, every woman was challenged to create a business really beyond what they currently knew as reality. And every woman at this retreat has developed a strategy to create a business that ranged anywhere from $165,000 in the next year to over $300,000 in the next year, which for some of us was scary. And it was like, oh shit, who am I to make $300,000 in a year? And one thing about money is we really equate sometimes how much we make with what we're worth. And Kelly did such a good job today on helping us understand and distinguish the line between those two things. That the price point of what you make and what you earn, or maybe what your current bank account status is, does not define the worth you are as a human being. Your worth is priceless. And there's just certain mindset work that is required for any of us to move and go on to that next level. And Kelly just did such an amazing job at helping all of us kind of break down whatever limiting belief or barriers that we were running into as we're becoming this new individual that we've been called to be, that we've been challenged to be, that we're, accepting the invitation of being the leader and stepping into. She just did such a great job in guiding us through that, but also, like I said, giving us the tangible tools and resources to manage and maintain it after she is gone. So good. Takora said, oh my gosh, wasn't it? It was so good. Like, so good. So good. So I just had to give a public shout out to Kelly Ruta for going above and beyond, exceeding my own personal expectations of really what I thought she was going to be able to service, and which I'm not surprised by, because Kelly always over delivers. And she just, Kelly is, I think, really one of those people who wants for you what you want for yourself. And she not only gives you the permission to go do it, which sometimes I think that we need to hear. We need to hear, like, yeah, you can. Like, yeah, you are hot shit. Like, yeah, you are amazing. But she also, like I said, really, just because of her expertise and because of her background, she just does such an amazing job on helping you, guide you through that process. So kind of my challenge to you for today on this amazing Wednesday is one, like, create space in your world to do mindset work. Whether that's journaling, meditating. Kelly actually does sell a workbook where it helps you figure out what that routine should look like for you individually. Go check her out. Let her know I sent you, and just ask her for her workbook link so you guys can get access to it. Because I've used one of her workbooks and it's really helped me personally, but it's something that all of our Goal Getter Elite ladies are going to be doing moving forward. So go check her out, but just create the space in your world to unpack your shit, because we all have it. We all have these things that really hold us back from walking into our purpose. And I think it's all of our responsibility to work through that and figure out what that stuff is, and choose to not allow those limiting beliefs or our parents' stories or what's been projected on us to define our reality. We have the choice to choose not to allow that to happen. And we also have the choice to decide what it is that we do want to accept. So go, just like I said, just create the space in your world, if you have not been, to work on that stuff and to unpack your shit and to figure out who it is that you are and who it is that you need to become and what's required for you to become the person you've been called to be. And if you do need assistance with it, go check Kelly out. Go follow her on Facebook. She does amazing Facebook Live videos. Go get in her free Facebook group. And if you know that you need like more individualized or customized support, like go reach out to her and ask, and just see what she's offering and how she could potentially serve you. So good. So good. Kelly said, once you know the mindset things that are holding you back, does action itself cure it? I think it depends for different people. For me, how I work through a lot of my stuff, me taking action, I don't want to say cures it, but it gets me out of this stagnant situation. So a lot of the time when I am feeling stuck, or right now I'm going through a huge business model redesign. I'm letting go of a lot of things that I've always been doing. I'm cutting a lot of offerings out of my services, and it scares the shit out of me. It terrifies me. But you have to move. Something has to change in order for things to change. And you have to do something different in order to get a different outcome. And a lot of the time, a lot of us kind of just sit in this cesspool of our own shit. And I don't think that's healthy. Because if you just sit and sulk in it and just, that sounds disgusting. But that's what a lot of us do, is we sit in our own cesspool of our own shit. You have to move and get out of it. Now, taking action, I think the type of action is going to look different for different people based on your situation, in my opinion. But you do have to do something, right? Like, you can't keep doing the same thing expecting the same results. Like, that's the definition of insanity. So if you have been kind of sulking and sitting in your own cesspool of your own shit, you definitely need to take action to do something to get out of it and to clean yourself of it, or else you're never, like, nothing's going to change. So Kelly, that's really the best response I have for you on that question. That was a really, really good question. I feel like I would be in tears the whole time. Girl, I was crying, Brandy was crying, Cendrika was crying, a lot of us were crying, but that's okay. Like, you crying and you know, allowing yourself to experience the emotion is okay. And I think so many of us kind of shun away from that sometimes too. Like, I have to be strong, I have to be fearless, like I have to be this superwoman who is emotionless, and not, like, it's bullshit. Like, allow yourself to feel like you're entitled to your emotions. You're entitled to your feelings. Like, create the space for you to be able to experience them. It's okay to ruin the mascara. And Kelly made such a good point that so many of us are trying to live this life of fearlessness. And yes, there's going to be moments in our life where we do feel fearless, where we just feel on top of the world and that we can conquer anything. But so more often than not, we have to learn how to operate in a space of being fearful. You know, constantly I do things that I'm terrified of. You know, I'm going to be speaking on stage in front of thousands of people. I'm terrified, but I have to do it afraid anyways. You know, if you're just, sometimes Kelly made such a good point that when we're striving to being fearless, that sometimes we're striving for perfection, and it's just something that's not attainable. So we have to make sure that yes, recognize that the fear exists, but choose not to let fear to be the driver of your decisions and be the driver of how you take action. Kelly said, I'm realizing that I may have fear of commitment that is impacting me putting my whole self out there, if that makes sense. Absolutely. Like, a lot of us, I think that's a universal thing that a lot of us experience, Kelly. Like, I'm doing other things, but I'm still guarded. When you are not operating in your best self, you will not be able to show up and serve your community the best way that, you know, you won't be able to serve in your greatness. So we have to be able to, one, like I said, recognize that the fear exists, but choose to do it anyways, choose to do it anyways. Like, choose to do it afraid. And stop striving for this space of I'll do it when I'm not scared. You may never get to that space. But you have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And I think Kelly provides and teaches the tools on how to do that in a healthy way. Right? Because I think there are some unhealthy ways where sometimes we do operate and it doesn't really serve who we are or who it is we're trying to become. So I think it's important to have the right tools, so when you are moving forward, you know, in fear, that we're doing it in a healthy way that still serves us. But I think that's very normal, Kelly. Jordan, yes, the cesspool. We're getting rid of so many cesspools this weekend. So I just had to come on and share that. I'm so just thankful for my elite ladies, Cendrika, Takora, Natalia, Brandy, Danny, for one, stepping into their leadership, stepping into this space where they are operating at a bigger capacity, where they are serving in a larger manner, where they are doing it fucking scared, but they're doing it anyways, and they are doing it in a way that's authentic to who they are. They're stepping into their greatness, and they're allowing themselves to be vulnerable so they can unlearn and unbecome who they were, so they can become who it is that they've been called to be. And just thank you so much again, Kelly, for just, you are amazing. Just absolutely phenomenal. This experience was absolutely priceless. Thanks for just your ability to just give and support and serve. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to say it one more time. If y'all do not follow Kelly Ruta, y'all need to go do that, like, right now, because she is the bee's knees. Okay? The bee's knees. So just thank you so much. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Choose to be great. Choose to be a leader. Choose to let your light shine unapologetically. Like, choose to just move forward and decide that you are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of whatever it is you've been called to lead and been called to do. You are worthy of the vision that God has given you. It's your responsibility to choose and go walk in it. So I challenge you with that today. You are a warrior. Believe that, know that, and move forward in full faith in that today, okay? I love y'all. Be great, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.